Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, welcome back to Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Now this week was a pretty light week. The main topic, or the main big news thing that happened this past week, was the finding of the probable Wave 9 codes by both myself and Martian Ranger, but I'd already done a video about that this past Monday. I'll briefly mention them here today, but they're not going to be the focus of this video. We just have a couple of topics to discuss, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So first up, we will discuss really quick the Wave 9 codes. So the Wave 9 codes are a thing that I found and Martian Ranger helped me find this past Saturday night into Monday morning, or Sunday night into Monday morning, which I posted a video of this past week. Basically, 4 more codes were found in the Walmart system for what is probably going to be our Wave 9 to continue the code system that is now being used in every wave past Wave 6. So Wave 7, 8, and 9 have these new code names, and the Wave 9 codes, just as a refresher, were Rad Mercury, which fits with other old codes that we have. We also had LGY Earth, we had ZTH, Tenga, and we had Mars Atom. So those 4 codes are the Wave 9 codes, probably Wave 9, unless there's a wave that comes before it we haven't found yet, but it's probably Wave 9. So yeah, those codes were a thing that are out there now, and joining Wave 7 and 8, they all follow the brand new code system that uses all the planets and stuff like that. And there's been a ton of speculation on what the codes are this past week, ever since the Wave 9 codes kind of sparked more interest in trying to decode them. But once again, and I said this in previous videos, no confirmation on what the codes are. There's a picture going around of the graphic that Jurassic Samurai put together. Really great graphic, by the way. But it was just their predictions of Wave 7, 8, and 9, and not a confirmation of what they are whatsoever. So if you see that graphic floating around, or you see other people talking about Wave 8 and 9 lineups and Wave 7 lineups, Wave 7, since it's the next wave, we have more actual substantial evidence for what's in it. But Wave 8 and Wave 9 are so far off that we really don't know anything about them concrete yet, and we really won't know until Wave 7 is decoded, so we can now figure out and kind of crack this code system for sure. So we will know Wave 8 and 9 sooner rather than later, once Wave 7 is revealed. And speaking of when Wave 7 could be revealed, let's talk about some of our other topics. We do finally have a little bit of information to kind of start helping us decode some stuff. So this was found by myself literally not even like an hour after I posted last Saturday's Lightning Storm, and I kind of forgot to mention it on Monday when I was covering Wave 9. But there was finally a bill of lading that I found, and this was an old one. This was from over 2 months ago. I don't know why I didn't find it till now. But it was a bill of lading that had the Putty 2-pack on it, the one that came out in the middle of August. And that was one figure set that I couldn't find its code name for. I didn't know what the code name was for that product. It doesn't really matter since we have it now, but I still like just looking for that for reference. And I found it, and it's actually pretty interesting. So the Putty 2-pack was coded under PRG, BLT, SRE, Radar 2-pack. Now this means this is the first thing that we have a concrete what it actually is, using the new code system. I thought Wave 7 introduced the new code system, but it was actually the Putties that introduced it. It's just Wave 7's the first wave that's going to use it. But since we have SRE and Radar attached to something, and SRE shows up in all the waves, pretty much all the upcoming waves, and Radar appears in Wave 7, that's pretty interesting. Now a lot of people are speculating that it meant like MMPR Putty, which probably, like, SRE is MMPR or something, and like Radar is Putty, which could lead to more, evidence to the fact that there could be a Z Putty in Wave 7. But I still am trying to figure out how the codes make sense. We really need the Wave 7 reveal to fully lock it in. But for now, it's interesting that we do have one thing that used that code system. So SRE Radar was the Putty 2-pack from Pulse this past summer. Before we get into Hasbro Pulse Con stuff we're going to discuss at the rest of this video, we do have a couple of little quick topics to kind of throw out there. So this past week was finally when Walmart.com started to ship the Zordon and Alpha 2-pack and the Power Morpher. So those were things that we've known since May were supposed to be September releases, even though they both ended up coming out in numerous Walmart stores over the course of August. So it's a good chance you probably already found it by now, but if you did pre-order it, it seems like those are finally starting to ship, and I think they are also, I don't know if they were going on and off in stock, but at least for a decent amount of time, they were in stock on Walmart.com for the whole week. So if you didn't grab them on pre-orders and you haven't been able to find them in your own store, you might be able to get them there, and that's a thing that you can do now. Speaking of in-stock stuff, the Psycho Ranger Team Pack had been out of stock on Amazon for a couple of weeks and only being sold through third-party sellers for ridiculous prices. But as of yesterday, on Thursday and Friday, they finally put it back up. It's up again in stock. I don't know how long it will stay. I don't know if it's a more longer restock or if it's just a couple of them or something. But if you did not get your hands on that set, you can finally get it again for retail. So just a couple things that are being in stock now and shipping out and all that good stuff. Speaking of things that are shipping or were supposed to ship but then ended up getting delayed again, the Wave 6 pre-orders for Zeo Red and Goldar from Wave 6 have been pushed from September 16th to September 21st. Yeah, we'll see about that. The Mighty Morphin Black and In Space Yellow pre-orders are still listed for October 1st, but once again, the pre-orders for the other half of the wave that were supposed to be on September 1st then got pushed to September 16th and are now pushed again until September 21st. So who knows when Wave 6 will finally start actually releasing from Hasbro Pulse, but they just keep delaying it every time, so maybe it will actually happen on the 21st, or who knows. We'll have to wait and see. There is a GameStop sale going on this weekend for some Power Rangers Lightning Collection items. Now, it seems mainly like it's just a couple of the figures and some of the roleplay stuff. The Red Ranger helmet was on sale again from $80 now down to $60, so if you haven't grabbed that yet, this would be a good time to grab that. A lot of the Wave 2 figures and Wave 1 figures that they still have in stock, except for like the 1 per cases and like Mighty Morphin White and MMPR Pink and Zed were the only ones that they didn't have, if I remember correctly. But the other figures from Waves 1 and 2 are down to like $10 or $5 if you didn't grab them. Like Beast Morpher's Gold is like $5. So like if you haven't grabbed that yet, it'd be a good time to grab them. I'm not sure exactly how long the sale's running. It might just be for this weekend, but there is that GameStop sale if you want to take a look at that. A bit of an update on the Dino Thunder White helmet situation. My good friend Damian Taylor on Twitter let me know that Australia, Hasbro Australia, is going to be part of the whole program to get the replacement helmets, although they had to go through a pretty difficult of a lot of convincing and a lot of doing a ton of like every possible thing you could, information you could give them about the figure before they finally were able to be like, oh yeah, we'll honor that. So it seemed like it was a bit of a struggle, at least for them. I don't know how that is for everyone who's dealing with Hasbro Australia, or at least to whatever branch of Hasbro that they deal with. So who knows how that will go. A lot of the emails and responses from Hasbro are still claiming a end of September through the end of October release window for the replacement helmets. So that's pretty much around the corner here, just within the next week or so. Hey, I just want to put this in here at the end of the Dino Thunder White segment that I'm talking about with the whole Hasbro Australia stuff. I was in the middle of editing this episode of Lightning Storm, and I wanted to put this in real quick because it seems like the Dino Thunder White helmets are actually being shipped out and people are starting to receive them. Now, I believe these are both coming from the UK, so I don't know if it's just Hasbro UK that's started the process of shipping them out, but we can see from 2 different Twitter users. I'm going to tag them both because of the fact that they both sent me notifications about it within literal minutes of each other. So Isaac Khan, and I apologize if I'm butchering your name, and Wayne Clark both tagged me on Twitter that they received their replacement helmets from Hasbro. It seems like they're going to be coming with like a letter from customer service, kind of just, like, hey, we're sorry that we messed up the toy. And the helmet will be just enclosed in a little baggie in an envelope, I'm assuming. So nothing, super complex. It makes sense since it's just a helmet piece, but it is fully with the nice black paint and it looks exactly the way it should have looked from the very beginning. So it seems like this whole replacement process is definitely going to have been a success. So like I said, I've only seen so far reports of people from the UK receiving them, so I don't know if that means US shipments of them have started yet, or if we're still waiting for that to happen soon, or what's going on. But hopefully soon we will start seeing those show up in the US. They might even start happening as of today, but it is happening now. The Hasbro Pulse Con schedule came out. There's no times to it necessarily. It just kind of says that like Pulse Con will be happening from 11 till 5 on Friday and 10 till 5 on Saturday. But we do know now that the extent of Power Rangers being involved will be 2 panels on Saturday. They will be the last 2 panels. I don't know exactly what time they're going to be because of the fact that they didn't put times for all of them. They just put like that general block. So all I know is that the Power Rangers panels will be happening after the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom reveal panel. So after that panel is over, we will have one Power Rangers panel that is just like a brand panel that will have brand new reveals for Lightning Collection. They specifically said that there will be, as well as reveals for other stuff, and they said that there'll be a Q&A with like the marketing team, which I didn't know they had one, and the brand team, the development team, the sculpting team, all of the teams will be doing a Q&A. And then afterward will be that Q&A panel with the Beast Morphers cast, in which they teased a prehistoric, more phenomenal announcement that a lot of people are expecting to be the Dino Fury cast. So those 2 panels will be the things that will round out Hasbro Pulse Con. Still don't know exact times, just know that they will be happening sometime closer to 5 p.m. since it will be running from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I'm thinking probably sometime between like 2 and 5, but that's when those are happening. So what is left for them to announce? Well, I would say there is pretty slim chances on there being any kind of surprises at Hasbro Pulse Con because we have a lot of leaked stuff. We have like over a dozen, I think, Lightning Collection figures. We have to because of 3 waves of 4 that have been leaked. Then yeah. So wave 7, 8, and 9 right there is already a dozen figures, and we have like 2 packs and all that stuff. So what could we expect? Well, I don't really know. I got my hopes a little too high for those past 2 events, and I don't want to do it again. So I'm trying to go into Hasbro Pulse Con being very, optimistic, but also hesitant, because I don't want to be disappointed. If we had to rank it here, I'd say Zeo Megazord is the most likely thing. If that does not get announced at Pulse Con, I don't know what they're doing with that thing. Because I cannot believe it. I'm still in shock it hasn't been announced yet. But please just announce it and decide if it's Lightning Collection so I can know if I'm buying it or not. Because if it's Lightning, I'm buying it. If it's not, I'm skipping it for now. So, Zeo Megazord I'd say is the most likely item. Hopefully they just get that out of the way. Followed by Wave 7. I think that if there are any figure reveals, I think Wave 7 is the most likely to be the thing. After that, I'd say the 2-packs. I'm like I said, I'm 50-50 on the 2-packs. And then below that, I would say surprises. Because, that is still a factor here. The fact that there could, in theory, be surprises. Just because we have all of these, ongoing leaks doesn't mean Hasbro has nothing up their sleeves for us. Think back to May. Back in May when we had the Fan First Friday and they revealed the Putty 2-pack in Psycho Green. Those never leaked beforehand, and so those were actually surprises on that day. Even though we had a whole list of leaks that were ongoing at that time, we got those 2 things revealed, which were surprises. But since we have so many things leaked that are supposed to be coming out soon, I would say that surprises are unlikely, but still not impossible. Under surprises, I would say the Deluxe Monster line. I just don't think it's time. I don't think it's time to announce that yet. I think time to announce that yet would be probably within maybe a month or 2 from now, but not yet. And then underneath that would be the absolute impossible thing of Wave 8 and 9. That's just not happening. But since they are current leaks, I do want to mention them on the list anyway. So this is my little order. I hope I remembered to put text there and I'm not just staying off to the side for no reason. But this is what I'm expecting is going to be the lineup of what's most likely to be revealed, what's least likely to be revealed at Hasbro Pulse Con next weekend. But that's really going to do it for this episode of Lightning Storm. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is going to be revealed at Hasbro Pulse Con? Do you think I'm completely wrong and we're going to get none of this? Because in theory, that's also possible. I mean, Power Rangers Day gave us absolutely nothing, so maybe we'll get nothing. I really hope we do get something, though. Because, please, the last 2 events were very underwhelming. So hopefully we actually get something to actually talk about. But regardless if we get something or not, there will be a live stream on this channel next weekend, just like I did for the August 14th Fan First Friday. So you get to react and see my excitement or my disappointment or my just, boring face that just stares off into the distance wondering why Hasbro does what they do. Who knows? But that's all there is to talk about in Lightning Storm this week. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at LightningFigPR or at Living Ranger Key. I want to thank everyone so much for 2,000 subscribers this past week. We did hit that milestone here on the channel, which is just absolutely incredible. I really didn't think that would be happening anytime soon. Also, I forgot to mention it in the last episode, but you can follow me on Instagram now. I made an Instagram account at Lightning Fig PR. Same thing as my Twitter, where I just kind of basically post all the stuff from the Twitter onto the Instagram. So go ahead and give that a follow if you just don't have a Twitter, or if you want it on both places, or you prefer Instagram or whatever. It will be on both platforms now. And until next time, everyone, I'll see you on Lightning Storm, where lightning always strikes twice.